Welcome back, everyone. I'm here with Doug Lesh from the Summit County Rescue Group. It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. So we were talking off camera about what we're going to discuss today, and it has a lot to do with the Avalanche season. So what do you want to tell us about probes?
Yeah, so what we're going to talk about this morning is Avalanche Probes, which are part of the equipment toolbox for Avalanche Search and Rescue. And it's kind of the second phase of locating somebody when they're buried under the snow. Phase one is using your Avalanche beacon to find a signal and pinpointing that signal. However,
which everyone in the crew has, right? Everyone that's together is wearing one.
Everybody should have a beacon, shovel, probe, and a partner and knowledge on how to use that equipment. That's kind of the foundation. God forbid if somebody were to be buried, we're going to use that beacon to locate that person. Once we get within that pinpoint area, we're going to pull out our Avalanche probe. And what that is basically a connection between the surface and the person. We're going to physically try to touch or locate somebody with this long, either aluminum or steel stick, anywhere from 6 to 9 feet.
Okay, because here it looks like we're seeing the process of one being used, is that right?
Yep, so that picture, that probe is obviously connected to a person, and the team is starting to dig into the snow, and they'll dig all the way to that probe and all the way down, and the tip of that probe should be touching some part of the person that's buried underneath the snow.
Okay, and so I'm sure with the probes you have different lengths, different materials. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different probes out there, a lot of different pieces of equipment. A lot of them are designed for recreational use or professional use, and they come in different materials. So you've got carbon fiber, you've got aluminum, and you've got stainless steel. Obviously, those all range in different weights. They also come in different lengths. So a shorter 240 centimeter probe that is carbon fiber is going to be a lot lighter and take up a lot less space in a pack, whereas a 320 centimeter steel probe is going to be a lot longer but a lot heavier. Pluses and minuses to those. A carbon fiber probe, a lot lighter, is going to break potentially easier. Avalanche debris isn't soft, so it's not uncommon for probes to be broken on a regular basis on a real mission.
Now, when your team is out there, what's the preferred material that
so when we send our teams in, all of us carry that rescue equipment on us. So we're going to go in first with what's in our pack, and that's either aluminum or steel collapsible probes, meaning they break into sections. But the team has, and we prefer to use, and you can see in this picture when we do probe lines, so groups of people 8 to 10 wide, we used fixed steel probes, and that's one solid piece of metal. They're all the same length and they're marked in the same manner. And the reason that's important is when we do these probe lines, it's easy for a probe line leader to look at everybody's probe and look at the tops of them and see, is everybody getting down to the depth they need to? Is there any probe that's either deeper or taller than everybody else's? And we can start asking, what do you have there? It might be a rock, it might be a deeper section of snow, it may also very well be the person we're looking for. And it's a quick indicator versus all those different lengths and trying to figure out what's happening.
So are the pros and cons around the material that people select for a probe when they're for their own kits?
Yeah, like I was mentioning before, a carbon fiber probe that's shorter, pros are going to be light, takes up less space. A 320 centimeter longer steel probe is going to be more versatile in the sense that it's going to be a little more durable. You're going to be able to probe deeper into the snow, so for those deeper burials, and it's probably going to last a little bit longer than one of those aluminum or carbon fiber probes.
Cool. Okay. It's nice to know that there's a variety, and obviously you have your material of choice, which makes sense for your team. So that's great. Thank you so much for coming in and just educating us on how this is done in the procedure as well.
Yeah, and a lot of it is just knowing the equipment you have, making sure you have it, and knowing how to use it, and being efficient. And that's being methodical with the search process, whether it's your beacon or your probe, probing perpendicular to the slope, which is your shortest distance to your person, and probing in some kind of method that you can keep track of where you probe so you're not sporadic in those points. So if you have to go back and look again, you at least know where you've been.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Doug, for coming in, and it was nice to learn all about that as well. And be careful out there. If you're skiing the backcountry, make sure you have the right equipment, and so you're safe and your team is safe. So stick with us. We're going to head into break, and we have much more to come.